Asha Sharma on July 6th had this very important email that went out to all employees over at Xbox. So I'm just going to read the whole thing and then kind of give my thoughts on it. So Asha Sharma, this is an important email I sent today to all employees at Xbox. Team, we are beginning the most significant restructure in Xbox history. After careful consideration, I've made the difficult decision to reduce our team by approximately 32,000, 3,200 throughout fiscal year 27. This will include approximately 1,600 role eliminations today. In addition, 4 studios will leave Xbox to new management. I recognize that a year-long restructuring creates additional challenges. Unfortunately, it is not possible to make all the necessary changes in a single day. Did I not just say that? I did. I said that when you have a new executive coming on board, you're dealing with a lot of the sludge from the prior administration that you have to cut out before you can kind of make things better. So yes. Anyway, to get back, and I wanted to be direct about the scale. I know this is painful. These changes will directly affect people who have poured their creativity into building Xbox. Many joined us through acquisitions, while others were recruited here or sought us out because they loved this industry and loved Xbox. Today's decisions do not reflect their talent or dedication. Our business today is not healthy. We are operating at margins that are 3 to 10 times lower than comparable platform and publishing businesses. We entered Generation 9, which is the Xbox Series X, right? This is what we're currently in, with a smaller install base. The install base that she's talking about is that Xbox currently has a 30 to 32 million installed base for consoles, whereas PlayStation is upwards of 80 million. So that's what she's talking about there to give proper context there. Smaller install base and a higher cost structure. To grow, we bet on Game Pass, multi-platform, and a broader portfolio of content. While those businesses have created meaningful value, they did not grow at the pace we expected. So another thing I just wanted to say right here, there was a report that stated that the original plan or the original goal of Game Pass was to grow to about 70 million or 77 million subscribers that adopted. Microsoft has upwards, I believe, of 30 million. So they definitely missed the mark on that one. As that happened, our core business weakened, and we added more teams, more investment, and more time, hoping for a better outcome. And now the industry is facing the most severe hardware crisis in its history. We must reset Xbox. First, we will reset our content portfolio. Since 2018, we have aggressively expanded our studio portfolio while the number of games created each month across the industry now outpaces the last 10 years combined. We now find ourselves competing not only with the largest publishers, but also with smaller independent studios. It is neither possible nor desirable to own every great independent studio. We also learn that we are not the best home. That we are not the best home for every type of studio. In a typical year, we lost 64 cents for every dollar we invested. As we reset Xbox, we will help independent creators succeed by providing open development tools and audiences to realize their vision. Compulsion Games and Double Fine Productions will return to management and transition to independent studios with their intellectual property, catalog, and runway for their next games. Ninja Theory and Undead Labs have entered terms to join new ownership with funding to complete and grow Senua and State of Decay 3. In France, Arcane's management is beginning required consultation with its works council to review potential strategic options. We are also making reductions across other units, and in some cases, shifting investment to focus on higher priority projects. These changes vary in size across Activision, Bethesda ZeniMax, Blizzard, King, Mojang. For those that don't know, King is the studio that created Candy Crush. Mojang is Minecraft, and so on. And Xbox Game Studios. None of our first party publicly announced games or projects are being canceled as part of these reductions. So obviously, Halo, Project Helix, the 10th generation console, that's all on pace and on schedule. Well, for Project Helix, I think they may delay it a little bit, but we'll see what happens. In addition, Mojang and King will now report directly to me. Oh, okay. These two studios have increasingly become platforms and are our largest by monthly active players. They bring critical geographic, demographic, and differentiation to Xbox. Second, we will reset our platform. We know that great technology gets better when it gets simpler, not bigger. Today, in some parts of our company, work passes through as many as 14 layers of management. Holy smokes. Wow. Our platform teams are 40% larger than they were at the start of this generation, even as our player base and playtime have declined. That complexity has slowed decisions, blurred accountability, and made it harder to deliver for players. As we reset Xbox, we will simplify. We will reduce management layers to no more than 5 and where possible 3. So basically, yeah, from 14 to 5 and in some cases 3, I like it. I love it. We will deliver success through a flatter organization that is built around makers, parentheses, individual contributors focused on building, player coaches, leaders who remain deeply involved in the work while developing their teams, and directly responsible individuals, DRIs, who own key decisions and outcomes. And we will streamline how we work across our tools with a cleaner code base, shared services, and 50% reduced vendor spread. Third, we are resetting how we operate. As Xbox grew our headcount, we became more fragmented. Teams, studios, and functions often operate independently, and it became harder to work towards a shared goal, make the right trade offs, and get things done. For the first time, we are establishing a chief operating officer with end to end P&L responsibility across content, hardware, platform, and services. Helen Cheng, I guess that's her name, has been promoted to this role and will report directly to me. Over nearly 2 decades at Xbox, Helen has helped build some of our most important businesses, from Xbox Live to leading Mojang and the Minecraft franchise. She will bring our businesses together under one operating model, making sure we make clear investment decisions, learn from our successes and failures, and hold ourselves accountable for results. Thank you, Dave McCarthy, who is retiring after 17 years with Xbox. Dave has played a defining role in building the platform that millions of players rely on every day, and has been a trusted partner through many of the biggest moments in Xbox's history. We wish him all the best. These changes are about a bigger future for Xbox, not a smaller one. The next decade of gaming will be larger, more global, and more creative than anything we've seen before. This year, we'll invest as much in Xbox as we ever have, but we'll invest with greater focus, greater discipline, and greater clarity, all in service of making Xbox where the world plays and creates. I want Xbox to be one of the few companies that entertains more than 1 billion people each day and gives everyone the opportunity to create and connect. I know we can achieve this goal. Xbox has many of the most beloved franchises in entertainment history, talented studios around the world, and we will return to growth in 2027. History is full of companies that mistake longevity for inevitability. We will not be one of them. Asha. This was 9:31 a.m., July 6th, over 15.3 million views. And quite frankly, I am a full supporter of this, fully supportive of this. Asha Sharma is doing the work that a true executive is mandated to do. Safeguard the company, ensure the company is in a position best to have their IPs generate a real return on investment that is a net positive, not a net negative. This is not about your feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings at all. This is business. The gaming industry has been infiltrated by activists posing as developers. This is a 1 billion% fact. A billion. Like, there's no disputing this. Many of the companies that Microsoft has closed, or you have no doubt seen if you follow gaming at all. Many of these companies, I think, what is it? Compulsion Games, Double Fine, I think it is, Ninja Theory, all these companies that you see. It comes down to one of two things. Either one, well, actually, no, really three, actually. I might add this, though. So it comes down to the frequency of release. I think that's the issue with Undead Labs when it comes to the company, the studio that's making State of Decay 3. I've been hearing reports that studio is taking upwards of 7 years to make the next game. I mean, I think that's ridiculous. Then you have the other one, which is the return on investment. How much money are these games really bringing back to the company? Is it a worthwhile investment? So when I look at what's been going on with Asha Sharma in regards to this whole Xbox situation, it doesn't surprise me. This is corporate restructuring at its 101. This is the result of what happens when you have a new executive that is, spearheading, overseeing an entire segment of a $1 trillion company, and you're coming into this role and you're like, okay, what is our primary goal here? What are the things we have to push things forward? What is our main weapons? When you look at the data and you look at the statistics behind things, and you see certain companies that were purchased for X amount of millions of dollars, and then you look at the games that have been released by said companies, or should I say studios, you look at the return on investment or lack thereof, you look at the messaging in these types of games where the agenda or just the message took precedence over the actual game, and gamers just not interested. They just didn't buy. When you factor in all of this, a good executive is not going to care about your feelings. They're going to make decisive action. And that is what Asha Sharma has done. She has demonstrated to me that she is willing to make the hard choices. And I can remember when they first brought her in. I remember the amount of people that were so concerned, saying, well, Asha Sharma, she's not a real gamer. She's brought in from AI. And if you go back to the time when Asha Sharma was appointed to Microsoft to lead, take over Phil Spencer's position, the amount of hate that woman dealt with is unreal. If you go back to some of my older material, some of my older tweets around the time Asha Sharma was first positioned as the new lead of Xbox, my stance was neutral, but I also was, let's give her a chance. Let's give her a chance. Let's see what she can do. Give them enough rope to hang themselves, so to speak. Whereas everybody would just automatically like, oh, she sucks. She doesn't know gaming. She's just an AI. This is from people, gamers, that they don't understand this business. I like the fact that Asha is not a gamer or not an avid gamer. Would it be cool if she was like a Phil Spencer? Sure, that'd be great. And it's not like, and the thing is not, it's not that she can't, maybe who knows, maybe down the line she might find something she really likes. But I like that she's acting as an actual executive. An executive, you have to be willing to make the tough choices. You have to. You have to be that sort of person that goes up to John or Sally and say, "Hey, you know what? I appreciate your commitment to the company, but the last X amount of time, your productivity has slipped exponentially. Everybody in the company likes you, but we may have to go a different direction." And you have to make those tough calls, and I think that she's been doing that. When I look at the games that has been coming out, they have been largely agenda laden. Insert agenda, there you go. And a lot of the gamers, I think they're tired of this. I think gamers are slowly waking up and they are tired of seeing mental illness in their games. They're tired of seeing I'm non-binary. They're tired of the pronoun preaching. Gamers are slowly starting to wake up. In order for Xbox to be reset, you have to make hard choices. You have to make tough decisions. And that is what this woman is doing, Asha Sharma. And I 100% am on board for this as a lifelong Xbox user. Maker willing, I will be buying the 10th generation Project Helix. I am not going anywhere. I believe that in order for Xbox to move forward and in order for Xbox to grow, certain things have to happen. This is why when she mentioned in that long Bible passage that I read just now, where she's going to redirect focuses on different franchises I said Candy Crush, but like King and Mojang, which is the one that creates Minecraft. This is 100% what you do. I am well aware of the cancellation of ADVIII, which was created by, I believe, Obsidian, if I'm not mistaken. So Obsidian, their plans to create an Avowed 2, the sequel, up in flames, done. They are going to be commissioned, redirected to focus on a new Fallout New Vegas game. That is their mission. And I'm 100% on board for that. I've also heard reports in a couple of weeks ago that even Bethesda, they are going to also be shifting their attention. I believe there's a Wolfenstein 3 coming out that's set. I think they've already started production on that. And in terms of the game Starfield, which again, like I mentioned, there are some games that I do enjoy, but I also understand that they're very controversial. Not necessarily always to do with the messaging and the DEI and the woke mental illness nonsense, but also in terms of scale and the direction of a game. Starfield was a game that was not well received like that. It just wasn't. It didn't set the world on fire. People complained about several aspects of the game. I accepted it for what it was. It was not going to be a No Man's Skies experience. However, because of this direction that Asha Sharma is going down and mandating, yeah, the majority of the Bethesda development studio is going to prioritize getting out Elder Scrolls and working on Fallout 5, because these are going to be the two games that are going to be the main moneymakers. That's just the reality. Starfield has had its time. It didn't really move the needle all that much. I personally enjoyed the game, but you have to put your personal feelings aside. As I expected, many gamers just don't get it. I think they're being led by fake outrage and just ignorance. They don't understand what it takes to make a company successful. And Microsoft, quite frankly, it needs a reset. And I'm very happy that it is. I'm happy that Asha Sharma is embracing the Xbox reset terminology. I like that because I feel something like this, a campaign like this, I like that it's titled, it's clear, we understand the assignment. I don't think that she's doing anything in malice. but I do 100% believe that she's just simply doing what she feels she needs to do as an executive, as head of Xbox, being guided by the data and customer slash gamer behavior. And most gamers, they were not moved by many of the games that came out of those aforementioned studios that have been closed or merely sold off. And that's just it. At the end of the day, setting my own personal thoughts aside and whatever, they need to happen. And I'm glad that they're happening. And I'm glad. But as I have said at the outset of this stream, many of these things, it's going to take time. Like, for instance, a game that was released in 2025, that's a game that has been in development since probably 2010, 2020, 2019 even. So back then, around that time, you had a lot of the bullshit going on with the DEI and the woke and the virtue sig, all that shit. So when we transition and move forward, you're going to start to see more games that are not necessarily hyper focused on that bullshit. And I'm here for it. 100%. 100% here for it. And I'm glad. As far as I'm concerned, these people that have invaded my hobby, the gaming industry, they are a cancer.